So the Confederation of Light is a step further back. The Galactic Federation, and specifically the Nordic group from the Pleiades, was the one that was chosen, not because of political preferences. Oh, this is a big story. Do you remember I told you about the origins? Because I want to explain something here in the way, just something quickly before I go into the story, okay? Just want to share with you something real quick. Let me get the camera. Okay, thanks. Thanks, Jess. All right, mate. So here we have the USC. Here we have the Galactic Federation of Worlds, okay? Now, here we have MIC, military, okay, industrial complex, and not medical, even though they're intertwined. So think of it like this. You've got this working here, you've got the USC here, you've got the 3 admirals, right? And here you've got the naval SSP and the Air Force SSP, right? Or AF SSP. And then here you've got, again, naval SSP and a much smaller branch of the Air Force SSP. Okay, so the 3 admirals are directly linked here, which is then influencing here, yeah? These guys are then, in turn, putting the pressure in this space here. So these guys here, who have been in contact with, and these ones here with the Cabal, let's just call it that, dark hats for now, right? They are cornered because the 3 admirals have been putting the pressure on the Galactic Federation of Worlds, along with the USC, along with all, you know, Galactic Confederation of Light. Everyone has said, because that's why I said to you the admirals have hit the go button. I said that a few months ago on your panel discussion, I think it was, Michael, with Alex and JP. Oh, wow, what incredible people they are. Such a good time, seriously. And now they're putting the pressure on because everyone has felt, anyone who's in connection with the collective soul of humanity, with the intelligence that is this planet, which is what these guys will operate on, not so much the Galactic Federation of Worlds, but definitely all this structure, is in total conscious relationship with the intelligence of this planet. Now they have felt into it, so have I, and you can do it, anyone watching this can do it, feel into the collective soul of humanity and then ask the question, is humanity ready for disclosure? And we are. We have been for some time. It's the way you go about it is the issue. So when you have organisations saying we're not ready, it's going to create too much disaster and all this, that's from a very limited perspective. It's not from the big picture of life. And so we are ready. So the admirals have now put the pressure on everybody to make it happen. They hit the go button a few months ago. And I told you the children are the priority. You're going to see all of the pedophilia on this planet get exposed in such a significant way. And we're also seeing the push in disclosure happening now. So the 3 admirals have taken full responsibility. And these are our people. These are Earth-born people, not hybrids. Yeah, even though they've gone through changes now after that big trip they took. And but they are natural. These are the most authoritative, the 3 most authoritative people that we have, conventionally speaking, right? Because there's others that have got way more authority than the admirals in this world. And I'm talking about people like you and I, Michael. There's beings incarnated on this planet that have more authority here than any of these organisations, basically. Anyway, we'll talk about that another time. And these admirals are putting the pressure on everybody. So they have the natural authority. Now, when it comes to the Galactic Federation of Worlds, they were chosen because you've got to go back to the Nordics. You've got to go back to the origin point of the Nordics. And there's natural Nordics and there's synthetic Nordics. And I'm going to the origin point of the synthetic Nordics, which was the Dracos, and they had a breakaway group which went around marauding all the best genetics in the galaxy to create this ultimate avatar, and they created a blonde-haired, green-eyed, blue-eyed, angelic-looking avatar. They started incarnating into them. The Draco purists got really angry, called that an abomination. It broke away, the faction of these synthetic Nordics, and they got like Pico and Femtech running their bodies and in their society, and they went off and they continued to develop. They genetically created tiers of Nordics. So you have your worker Nordics, you have your next rank Nordics, and it goes all the way to these angelic beings. And the Draco Lord on top of that, I'm telling you the truth about the galactic history now, it's going to freak people out. The Draco Lord who ran that operation fought his way through his empire and all these different levels of in the beginning like Nordic structures, but then others, they started genetically creating other beings. We're now talking a multidimensional structure, and that Draco Lord went on to become what you know as the God in the Bible. And I know this is horrendously bad to hear for so many people, but you don't understand. I didn't finish saying what I said before about God and Christ and all that. Basically, Christ warned everybody about the Pharisees and their deities. And what have we ended up? What has become of all good Christian people today? They've ended worshipping a version of Christ that the Pharisees have handed to them, and they're worshipping the deity of the Pharisees. So this is what has befallen Christianity, right? Because they've forgotten, they're cut off from what is natural Christ and what is natural creational intelligence. They're worshipping another version of Christ that's been handed to them by the Pharisees, and they're worshipping the deity of the Pharisees. So this whole situation when it comes to religion, and that's just a Christian, it's the same problem for all other religions, right? So we find ourselves in a very, very seriously diabolical situation when all this starts to change, right? Because, you know, when it comes to Christianity, like I said, I've got it in my DNA, yeah? So what does it mean? It's the heart of the Christos within. It's already inside you. It's part of your soul structure, right? So if you're worshipping a Jesus character outside of you, sorry, it's not the real thing. And even Christ said the kingdom of heaven is within. So why are you worshipping an entity outside of you? You know? So this is what's really, really critical here, because when all of this plays out, all of these, it's like, call it this. I'll tell you what I'm calling it, what we are calling it in our meetings of global management that I'm already involved in. Yeah, behind the scenes. It's the re-education, the re-educating of humanity. What needs to happen.